Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've spoken about the UFC on this channel, but this topic is something that I feel like I need to weigh in on. A lot of the supposed experts and pundits are overwhelmingly choosing Jon Jones as the favourite in a fight against Tom Aspinall, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. The only thing that you can really give to Jones as an advantage in this fight is grappling, which even then, the size advantage that Aspinall has over him likely nullifies that completely. And then it becomes a fight on the feet. And in the stand up, I don't see how you can possibly favour Jon Jones. The last real striking fights that he had were against Old Man Stipe, who looked about as energetic as Holyfield when he was boxing against Vitor Belfort, and Dominic Reyes, who got robbed. And John lost that fight, plain and simple. If you want to have some real reasoning about why you can't have Jon Jones as the favourite, I can just point out age, activity, and heavyweight records. So let's go through those, starting with age. Jon Jones is 37 years old. Physically, he's in decline. That's just how the human body works. Speaking of in decline, that's something I should have mentioned about the Stipe fight. John got hit 37 times by someone who looked like he was moving in slow motion. Whereas Aspinall is 32 and in his physical prime, and is hailed by everyone who's ever seen his fights as the fastest heavyweight the UFC has ever seen. On top of that speed, he's also a heavy guy at 255 pounds. That spells trouble for someone who is both slower and smaller. Now let's move on to activity. Bear in mind, Tom took a year off because he needed to recover from his knee exploding against Blades in the first fight. So, Aspinall has had 9 fights in the UFC, and in that time, John has had 3, because he spent 3 years ducking Ngannou. So let's just put this into perspective. Since Tom Aspinall has joined the UFC, he has had 9 fights. 9 fights ago, this might blow a couple of people's minds. Who was Jon Jones fighting 9 fights ago? Daniel Cormier for the first time. The first time. If my memory is working correctly here, that was 10 years ago. So, at heavyweight, let's take a look at the current top 10 and who each has beaten. Jones has only beaten one fighter in his career that currently sits in the top 10 of either heavyweight or light heavyweight, showing the inactivity, age, and in all honesty, low level of his recent competition. Reyes and Smith are 11th and 15th at light heavyweight. Gane is the only one in the top 10. All the rest have either left the UFC and are fighting somewhere else, or have retired. Aspinall, however, has wins over 5 of the current top 10, all of those wins being within the last 4 years. We all know Aspinall is a monster at heavyweight. Pavlovich, who was seen to be a powerful, big, scary guy, and Aspinall had him dealt with in just over a minute. Blades is the grappler at heavyweight, dealt with in a minute. What they have done at heavyweight is night and day. One has beaten washed old legend and a guy who can't grapple. The other has beaten the who's who of the division. In conclusion, from what we've seen of Jones at heavyweight, it's someone who's probably going to get finished in the first round. Will that happen? I don't know, but it's definitely the most likely outcome. The only person I can see currently giving Aspinall a fight is the new, heavier, rebuilt Volkov, and that's it. I see the rest of the division getting beat in the first round. Anyway, that'll do it for this little rant. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.